Hello everybody, it's Friday, yay, I think, wow, what a week. So the messages I keep hearing is, besides saying hello to Psychic Duck, hello everybody, good to see you. You look a little blurry, Psychic Duck, it's Zoom. But let's get into it a little bit, shall we? Number one, I think it's really good for astronauts are safely back on Earth after the first ever medical evacuation of the International Space Station. Okay, good. Someone was asking me about how that was going to go, and well, they're back. So now, do they have any alien diseases? Oh, yeah, I should be wearing an alien shirt. Threei Atlas. This is fascinating. I'm going to read on this first before I get into the craziness of politics. So, everybody is asking, what's Threei Atlas bringing? Is it a spaceship? Is it this? Is it that? I did a reading on this a while ago when it first came into my awareness. And I got that this was a message from Source, from Creator Energy, and I'm using my contact cards. So it came up with the Source card a couple of times. And I think what it did was just open our awareness that there were more things out there, and let me rephrase that. It opened the general population's awareness up. Those who are already tapped into galactic beings and, believing in certain things, thank you for believing in me, they got a different message. And we've been getting downloads, we've been getting vertigo, we've been getting what the hell is going on, that type of stuff that, if it hasn't been revealed to you, will be revealed in the future to you. So that's interesting. Hang on. I don't know, is this video really blurry? Feels like it. Maybe I need new glasses. I got new glasses. I spent they're so freaking expensive. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to get good glasses. And I just got reading glasses. I can't see out of them. Unless I'm reading a book and my eyes don't line up, which is, I don't know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I can't see straight. Okay, let's keep going. So, Threei Atlas. You can watch this live stream today as it leaves our galaxy. Watch it head for interstellar space following this final planetary flyby of Jupiter in March. A lot of stuff going on in March. Threei Atlas will embark on a silent journey. How do they know? It may be really loud, lasting several thousand years as it coasts. Is it coasting? Beyond the orbit of the outermost icy planets before careening through the ice shell of the Oort cloud to return to the cold embrace of interstellar space. Who wrote that? And why would anybody repeat it like that? So I thought it was interesting. So, Threei Atlas. And I heard this. It was interesting because I listened to Stefan Burns and all the stuff going on with the sunspots and the solar flares and planets all lining up. We have these conjunctions. I'm not the astrology guy. I keep looking at the wrong place for the camera. I'm not the astrology guy. I'm not the astrologer. It fascinates me, but when they start talking conjunctions and oppositions and stuff, my head starts spinning. And I had taken like a 6-week course in astrology, or 6 months or something, from Astrology Hub, Rick Levine. Just great. But yet my head still spins. Why? Because I don't put enough time into understanding it. Lazy, I guess. All right, I'm a hillbilly. Oh, hillbilly. My hillbilly brother had a good joke. He goes, everybody's talking about Greenland, going in, we're going to go get Greenland, we're going to do this, we're going to bomb it. He goes, Trump should just call it Epstein Island, and then nobody would talk about it. That's a hillbilly joke. I thought it was kind of funny. Well, because I got a little hillbilly blood in me, so, I did chuckle at it in a sick way. Get into it later. Galactic, Threei Atlas. So, it's leaving. It's going off into interstellar space. And so, getting back to my original reading, if it came from source to deliver source information, source energy, source whatever, right? Creator energy. What is it? What's the message that it's leaving with? So, because the way that I view the world is that we are all interconnected. Everything. We are connected to the plants, the rocks, the trees, ourselves. So what we say out there comes back and hits us. So that's why we got to stay in the positive vibe, in the loving vibe, and because we start hating on something, it's going to come back and affect us. Anyway, what did Threei Atlas, what is it taking back to source energy, to the interstellar space? I'm going to use my contact cards here because that's what I started out with in that original reading. So in these cards, I was talking to Val over at Dragonfly Crystal. She has a deck of these. They're out of print. And she goes, I need to use them more because when she looks at them, it's like they don't make sense. And which is true. We have to get used to the decks that we're using. And so I may have to cheat a little bit. I may have to look at my cheat sheet. So bear with me if I do. And there's nothing wrong with that. One person's cheating is another person's advancement. Didn't Trump cheat? Doesn't he always cheat? Then I'm going to have to add, it's also another person's downfall. Okay. Why did I go there? I'm in space. Stay in space, Danny. Well, you're rambling. That's true. That's true. As I look at my whale, look at that. Woohoo! Isn't that cool? Thank you, Barbara. Barbara gave me a whale. I gotta show my duck family. Well, it's not my duck family, although Psychic Duck says I am part of the flock. F-L-O-C-K. Come on now. And, but Psychic Duck had a big holiday party. And some of them are still here. Don't you hate it? When you invite people over for a holiday and they never, ever leave? Okay. Oh, good Lord. Here we go. Contact cards. What is it? What is it? that Threei Atlas is taking back to source? What is it that Threei Atlas is taking back to interstellar space to share what they gleaned from our awareness, from our connecting to it? Oh, I'm on my big computer. Let me drop it down. Hopefully, we can see what this is. Y'all can see. I'm sorry it's so blurry. First card. Ooh. Sun. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it flew around the sun. Illumination. It's our star. Okay. Oh, speaking of stars, another star card. Interesting. Supernova. There we go. There we go. I think I have to bring it all the way over here. I had to move my moon. So we got a full moon coming up too. All right. Stars, supernova, things fast change, I think. I'll pull my cheat sheet out later and we'll double check with this. And swastika, crop circle, swastika. This card is this card is not what Nazis made it to be. This, I think, if I remember right, is the Journey card. Okay. I'm gonna hit pause and we're gonna look at cheat sheet. Okay. So stars. We got two first stars. This is the life cycle. This is the goal. The Sun card is not about exposure or illumination. It's about individuality. So individuality, and then we have the supernova, explosive change, and then the swastika is the journey. All right. All right, the journey. So what is Threei Atlas bringing back to source energy, individuality, sudden change, and the journey that we are on? Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what we get. Ooh, another star. We get the galaxy, which is the expansion with the journey, with the explosive change. 3 stars, life cycles. And stars are illumination, but the sun is individual. So it's not, and as I said before in the very beginning, where we are individually in our awareness of the galactic world, that, you know, our star nations, that is going to play a role. Do we really believe it? Do we not believe it? Well, it's an individual journey that we're going on, but there is explosive change and there is this expansion going on in the galaxy. We have the space station. All right, the space station. I had to look because I forgot. Space station is source energy. Source. Oh, I just got chills. So, the individual explosive change of our own journey that is bringing forth expansion, and it's going to source. So source is hearing, hey, these guys are on an expansion mode. Great. What is the last card? Oh, jeez. The reptilian alien. Ay, it's scary. It's scary. What this card is looking at our shadow work. So this is not dropping into fear. This is not dropping into that perilous of, oh my gosh, this is so awful. No, this is looking at our individual shadow work so that we can get out of fear and we can move forward in this huge expansion on this huge journey. Cool. I'm going to look up a little more on the reptilian. Hang on. Okay, I gotta read for the book because this is just great. When the reptilian raises its ugly head, we better beware. It's time for us to get on another track. A 180-degree turn would be appropriate. You think? Yeah. No later than immediately. Really, no later than right now, immediately. At the very least, what we can glean from this card is to proceed with caution and to realize there's going to be some bumps in the road if we're committed to the direction that we're going. Consideration of an alternate path would provide a smoother ride. And it says that this reptilian energy is that we are moving in a fear-based mode. So yeah. So, and we look at that with our scrolling on all the apps. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. This is switch it out. Do our work with joy. Make 5 calls. Do our marching in joy, not in fear, even though it is fearful and you do need to take a break with it. But we do what we can. There are some people who are just fighters, and there's other people who are not. Do what you can. And we're going to be stretched a little bit. There's no doubt about it. We're going to be stretched. Okay, let's see what the Sci-Fi Tarot has to say. I don't need cheat sheets with this. Let's see what this, am I recording? I hope. Yes. Sci-Fi Tarot has to say. So Threei Atlas, as it went back into interstellar space, and from what I can understand with it, March, it's going to pass by Jupiter, and then off it goes. Off it goes. Threei Atlas. When you're in interstellar space, who are you meeting with? What are you going to say? Oh my God. The Sun card. You saw me shuffling. I got a big screen. You saw me shuffling. Wow. Wow. Going back to source, to the illumination. Wheel of Fortune. Where it stops, nobody knows. Threei Atlas. Where's it going? We don't know. And it's not for us to know. There's full illumination coming with this. We get 7 of Wands. It's bringing forth a message to, and even though this card is like a defensive card, it feels like this card is bringing that wand to other awarenesses. The Galactic Council, so to speak. 5 of Wands in the past. What did it see? It saw all of the the disruption in the and how we're not aligned. We're individual and we're fighting with each other, with each other over what the right path is, and the right path is unity consciousness, source energy. It's got the strength card up at the top. That's what it's showing. And it's bringing forth a message of the Two of Cups, that we can work this out. The Two of Swords, saying we are at a crossroads right now. I don't know, really? And on the 26th, as of March, why did I say 26th of March? At the end of March, as it leaves our solar system, our galaxy, and I'm not quite sure what, but goes into interstellar space again, then it's leaving us at a crossroads. And that end of March is a crossroads for certain prophecies that have been said. So we're in that time frame. Five of Cups, externally, loss, sorrow. But it's not all lost, but it's not all good. Then we have, what is this? What card is this? Oh, Three of Wands. Standing on the precipice of a new dawn, of something new coming at us. And what do we have? We have a lot of work, the hard work, Eight of Pentacles. We have balance and temperance. It's balancing AI with human too, is what I see. And then we get the Six of Swords. So Threei Atlas, what it's saying, Six of Swords moving on to calmer air. Because the air that we're in is kind of bumpy. Okay, Vera Star flees Space Station X-15 in search of answers. Woohoo! So, what did Threei Atlas see get from us? And as it's going into source, what is it giving source information? Now, when I grew up as a young Catholic, I was told that source knows everything, that God knows everything. You don't need to tell him anything. And then as I got older, I saw a movie with John Denver and George Burns, and God made a mistake with the avocado, made the pit too big. So, yeah, God does need some input. So, if you can hear me, shrink that pit. Got my head off. Okay. So let me lift this up so my head's not cut off. So what I'm getting with this is that Threei Atlas is taking this crazy world we're in to source, and it is again reaffirming that we are moving on to calmer waters. It's not going to be easy. We need to draw on the strength, but the final outcome is temperance, is balance. It's just not one thing. It's balance, that we are all interconnected. Okay. Thank you. Let's take a look at some of the politicky news. Minnesota insurrection. Trump is thinking about throwing the Insurrection Act, which will, some people say, will allow him to put troops in the street, whether that's legal or not, it doesn't matter because he'll do it anyway. And there's a moment in this time where protests really made a difference. And so peaceful protests really made a difference. And we lived through Kent State, a lot of us did. We lived through the marches of the Vietnam War. We lived through Tiananmen Square, if I pronounce that right. We lived through the protest, I think it was Iran, where the woman took off their I can't pronounce, I forgot the name, so I'm not going to say it. But they walked out with their hair down. Some people cut their hair in public, and it changed the country, is what I'm saying. So this is a big moment in time, and protests are really good, peaceful protests. So let's dig into, not with this deck, let's dig into the energy of the protests. What is the energy of getting out there and protesting? Does it make a difference? Is it good? Is it bad? I say it makes a difference. But you see some of these people getting tear gassed. You see this guy down in LA, Santa Ana to be more exact, 20 years old, young, early 20s, lost his eye because ICE shot him in the face with a non-lethal weapon. Yeah, tell that to the eye. Eye is, yeah, anyway. So these protests, what is the energy? Will it make a difference? Will things change? I mean, and Pumpkinhead is so underwater in everything. Everything. And so this is kind of like his last gap. This is like that supernova energy that's coming out. Last gasp. Can't happen soon enough. But, you know, what is Threei Atlas learning from us that we're stuck in fear, in that reptilian energy? And that just brings more fear. Have to do some shadow work. Okay. What is the protesters? What is standing up and protesting? What is that energy? And is it not just Minnesota? I mean, we've had huge marches. You look at 2016, the Women's March, only to be, I mean, it was huge, only to be eclipsed by the No Kings March, only to be eclipsed by St. Patrick's Day. I'm sorry. That's coming up, though. Bunch of drunks in the street. And why is it? Never mind. Good Irish boy like me, that's just wrong to say that. But people take that holiday and woohoo! All right. Why is, sorry, that was a big squirrel moment. What is the energy of our protesting? Will it make a difference? Will it just create more conflict? When I tap into that, it'll create conflict. It'll be tough. The politicians are looking at it, and they are going, even if they speak out against it, they're going, holy crap, this is big. Sun card. I don't know. my brain just so short-circuited. 3 spreads, very first card, Sun, Illumination, Play. In the Rider-Waite deck, it is all about a little kid riding naked on a horse. That's what we should be doing. Well, maybe some of us shouldn't, but we should have that attitude. Play. We're getting hit with some new energy. We're getting charged up with these protests. It's recharging us to who we want to be. Knight of Cups. It's bringing us comfort. It's bringing us community, bringing us together. I always caution on the flip side, watch out for the false knight, but I don't feel it here. Do y'all? I don't feel that it's false. It's just bringing us comfort, calm. So far, it's bringing us together. This is all good. Let me drop this down. Let me slide it over so you can see. Move my Lemurian deck. All right. All right. Okay, good. In the past, as it relates, is giving and receiving. How is the energy of these protests? We feed off of it, and it's just not we. It's everybody feeds off of it. And is there money to be made? I don't think so. That's not what this is. Page of Cups, new information. A new idea coming forth from an unexpected source. To me, I flip to the Epstein files here. Where's that information? How come they're not talking about that since we're in politic land? And that Sasha somebody, oh my gosh. From what, I have not read it, I have not looked at or listened to it. I've just heard snippets. Caution is what I keep hearing from people who have looked at it. Let's make sure it's true. Okay, because there's a lot of stuff that they'll come out and they'll go, see, you fell for that fake news. So none of this can be true. So let's just wait a little bit. 10 of Cups, Democratic card, coming together, happiness, sitting on a rainbow. Our protests are doing good. We're getting information. We're getting comfort. We're exchanging information back and forth that we know that's bringing us a new democracy. And it can't be the old democracy because that didn't work. This is a new democracy in the potential near future. We get the wild woman banging on a drum. Yeah. All right. Knight of Wands, bringing forth new information. In the external position, the High Priestess, yikes, Divine Feminine coming through, yay, about time, hurry up. The High Priestess is using her psychic senses to equalize things, is what I just heard. We have the Queen of Cups in the hopes and fears. For those of you who have been watching, been on this channel a lot, this is my Kamala Harris card. I don't think that she's coming out now, but we still put her in the hopes and fears. I hope she's okay. I hope she runs. I fear she won't. I fear that she's not okay. All of that. So we just want to encapsulate her in a bubble of protection. When I look at this card, in the normal Queen of Cups, normal Rider-Waite, there's a cap over it. There's no cap here. The secret, I wish, would come out. Okay. And she's sitting in some healing waters here too. And final outcome, illusion, delusion, 7 of Cups. Are we doing the right thing? Is this the right? Is it making sense? Which protest do we go to? Which don't? Is this whatever the choices that we need to make here, and this is important, that not all of us have the ability to go out and march and protest. Not all of us do. We can support the protests. That's good enough. And it's not so much financial, although this may indicate, if you can, that would probably be good. But there's a lot of different ways that we can support this, and we can be confused a little bit. The clarifier for this 7 of Cups is, well, that was on the bottom, strength. Was the 2 of Cups. Pick 2. Pick 2 to go with, and you don't have to do all 7, just pick 2. Pick one that is your, because, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. In the 5 of Wands, what do we need to know? What is the energy of these marches? This is the only pushback card that I got as I look at this. This is the only pushback card, and it's a clarifier. Let me drop it down. Hopefully you can see. So we have the Sun, the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, 10 of Cups. Look at all the cups. Queen of Cups, 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups. All this emotion going on in this reading. The only, in this reading, where are the major arcanas? The High Priestess, the Lovers, and the Sun card. So pay attention to your joy with the Sun, with your illumination, what you're learning from it. Don't stay into the negative of the reptilian energy. Work on manifesting through the High Priestess. At the base of the reading, strength, new starts with the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. I love the way that they represent the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands, just full of joy. And then the Page of Swords. We're walking in a little on a tightrope here. We've got a new way forward. We got a new idea that's coming through. And the last card is, I don't know if you can see it, it's the Ace of Swords. New truth coming. And if you don't think about the new truth, stay in the bubble. Stay in the bubble, meditate, support people out there doing the hard work. And it's a joyous work. It's a coming together. It's awesome. All right, as we leave, I don't know what time it is, but I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm going to open up my head a little bit. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Let's pull a little Lemurian card to say goodbye. Not goodbye, but what do you want us to know? 3 cards. At least I didn't get the Sun card. Harmonic. Well, that would have been pretty fun. Okay. So what the Lemurians want to remind us, Don't think about it too much. Don't try to put it in a neat little box and let it make sense. It's not going to make sense. Just take off in harmonic flight. What do you want to see happen? What do we want to project going forward? What is that harmonic flight? Can you imagine all of us flying in harmony? Hey, Threei Atlas, this is what we want. And it's an individual journey. We each have our unique gifts. Take flight with our unique gifts, our harmonic flight, and don't limit yourself with the 3D. It's beyond the mind. This is kind of like Source, right? Beyond the mind. Okay. Take flight. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. Peace and love.